This is kind of gonna be like a very different video from what I usually make. But honestly, I kind of want to get into making some of this stuff a little bit more. So I'm just gonna try it out. Basically, I want to talk about trap metal from my perspective because I listen to a lot of like real metal. Like I'm very big into the heavier stuff. Really like grindcore and brutal death. Those are my two favorites right now. Especially brutal death. God, I fucking love Skinless, dude. I could listen to that band forever. But that's not what we're here to talk about. I'm gonna ramble if I talk any more about Skinless. God, that band is so fucking good. But basically, if you don't know what trap metal is, it's a rap subgenre, I believe. I don't know if it's actually considered a rap subgenre or like something else, but I'm pretty sure it's rap. Um, where it's a lot heavier. It captures the kind of energy of metal, has a lot of metal influence in it. I think the best example I can think of for this is Ghost Main. He's kind of like the main the very big creator in this subgenre, I'd say. Pretty much everyone knows who he is. Everyone's listened to him at least once. He's a pretty good artist in my opinion. I actually really like the way his music sounds, just not really something I'd go out of my way to listen to very much. I think other notable examples, probably a little darky. I actually used to listen to him a lot before I got into metal, when I used to just listen to rap all the time, like a fucking NPC. He's actually really good though. I really like his music still. But there are a lot of really good examples of trap metal. It's a very big genre right now. It's been popular for probably a few years, and um, as a metalhead, I've seen a lot of different opinions on this. A lot of people like it. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people think it's like the next wave of metal, and then other people think that it's a fad that'll die out in a few years, which maybe I don't know. Uh, but it's kind of a controversial thing I want to say, although not it's not really something discussed very often, so it's kind of hard to say. Um, but I've been trying to explore things outside of my usual genres of electronic and metal, obviously. And there are actually some artists that I've started to really like from this genre that could fit into this genre. Now, obviously, as I mentioned before, Lil Dark, I've been listening to him pretty much since I started listening to rap, like years ago. And honestly, he's one of the only rappers that I still really like right now because there's just something so like aggressive about his music that I don't think any other rap artist has been able to capture. Like I don't think even Ghostman I don't think can do this, you know? There's just something so like energetically raw about this. And I think a lot of this is to his beats. It's because of his beats. Especially the ones produced by Wendigo. Wait a second. Sound really fucking good. Really, really just so much raw energy behind them. Just so much to it. And his rapping adds so much on top of it. It's just fucking awesome. And his more laid back songs are really fucking cool. Really love them. It always surprises me when he does something more laid back and chill actually, because it always ends up being really fucking good, even though it does not sound like something he would make. Another one that I've actually gotten into very recently, is Ice Peak, which is a Russian duo that's actually apparently blacklisted from Russia, which I didn't even know. But basically, they've done a ton of commentary on the Russian government. But they're really good. I don't know how I ended up getting into them as much as I did, but I really just love their sound for some reason. Something about them specifically that I just really love. The main thing being probably the soundscapes. Um, so I think Nick, who is the male in the duo, I mean obviously his name is Nick. But he is, I believe, in charge of most of the beat making, or probably all of it. And let me tell you, he does fucking amazing. He's definitely a multi-instrumentalist, you can tell. And the soundscapes he creates are impressive to me because even the super loud, aggressive, heavier ones are just beautiful. He just somehow the soundscapes he makes are just beautiful and perfect. I don't understand how he does it. It's like a magic to me. It's just every single time it hits like one of those moments where it gets quiet and peaceful, very like somber and beautiful. Every single time it always hits, man. It always works. He fucking nails it. I don't know how. But don't worry, this is a duo for a reason. The main vocalist is um Nasia, who is the other one, female one. Don't know why I said the other one initially. But basically she's the vocalist and she's a fucking very good vocalist. Her vocals really tie it all together, I think. They're just beautiful. They fit the beats way better than they should. Like when you hear her sing, it doesn't really sound very trap metal. And actually, I don't even think these guys are technically considered trap metal. I think technically they are like alt electronic, but I'm gonna just loop them in with trap metal because they've done so many collaborations with the people in the trap metal scene, like Ghostman and stuff. And their beats are very clearly either inspired or gave inspiration to trap metal. It's just it's very cool. I really like their sound. It's very unique. Uh, it's just it's very impressive. I don't understand how they do it, but it just hits. I don't think I've been that into an electronic duo or really just an electronic anything since probably Daft Punk. My opinion on it, I think it's really fucking cool, but I don't think it's gonna be a replacement for metal. I think they're too different. While it does kind of have that same energy, um, I just don't think that it really could work as a replacement. I think that the sound of metal is what really gets people into it, not just the energy. I think it's just impossibly heavy and brutal. I don't think that any other genre can really do that. That being said, though, it's definitely worth listening to. So even if you aren't a metalhead, I would still recommend listening to trap metal. It's really good, and honestly, it's probably some of the best stuff rap has right now. Because, and dude, this is gonna get me so much hate, but I really hate most rap, to be honest. Most of it's just not my stuff. I mean, just I've tried listening to it, and I just can't get into it anymore. I always liked the more soulful stuff from it, but that's about all. I'll listen to Tyler the Creator, Childish Gambino, J. Cole, whatever. Kid Cudi, especially. Oh God, Kid Cudi's really good. But you know, besides your all that stuff, I can't really get into it. Like I can't get into the more mainstream stuff. It just doesn't sound good to me. There's not really any depth to it, and I just don't think I could ever really get into it. Um, I think trap metal, which is basically just loud and aggressive, is the most into it I could really get. But anyway, that's my stance on trap metal. Thanks for letting me rant for I think I've been ranting for 10 minutes now.